a lot of millennials that you see, or a lot of younger generations, I would say, and it's not trying to be ageist, but you've got a lot of corporations with long-standing employees. I myself have done 10 years in one company now. I work with colleagues that have done 20 or 30, and they have a way of working. They've grown up, they've got a process. You get a lot of baby-faced, new-faced staff coming in, and they're wanting flexibility. They want home working. They want coffee machines everywhere. Google don't always help by having a slide in the middle of their building, but it's more about well-being and fun. So when they go to a building which isn't quite like that, there's a feeling of, oh, wouldn't it be nice if? What's interesting is that there's various studies that also show that once they get those, there's what do I get now, or what do I want? And actually, even once they've got all of those things, it doesn't make them more productive. They just felt they needed them at the time. So you've got the fact that they want to be mobile. So they'll walk around with a mobile phone all day, or a tablet, or if you give them a laptop, they will be in every room, in every place. They'll be the ones that advertise this, I'm working from Starbucks. They are an IT person's security nightmare because they're on various wireless networks, public networks. They want to be remote, but they're using their own password for everything. So there's an IT security element that kicks in, but they are the ones that help push that boundary. A lot of the developments that come out of various AV or more AV collaboration technologies that allow for remote learning, remote working and other things are very much pushed by that sort of generation. In IT, to start off, there are a lot of standards, but they're not really talked about. So if you think of all the standards that go into your laptop and other things, or the fact it's got a network cable, a port on the back, there are so many standards that go into it, but you don't really talk about it. In AV, there's a very big discussion about protocols, connectors. If you think AV is much more physical, from your PC, you've got an Apple, it's got a network port and a USB port. With AV, you've probably got 10 different types of connector just for an audio connection, but they're very important because they have very different reasons for having them, be it throughput, be it number of channels, be it something else. And so standards, I feel, they matter very much almost on a day-to-day part for AV, whereas IT, those standards are either on paper, they're in policy, or we've just adopted what is the industry because there is no variance in that. And the industry keeps converging. Everyone just uses USB, or we just use the same kind of network connection. Taking that towards an interoperability perspective, IT and AV over the years, and from my perspective, I see this in conferencing specifically, that's where the word interoperability always seems to sort of manifest. It's been tried, it's been semi-achieved. Today, you can actually get a really good degree of interoperability between, say, a Microsoft and a Google, or a Cisco and a something else, but there are still caveats. If you understand them, you probably wouldn't necessarily move forward. If you don't, you probably think there are some holy grail products out there as well. But in that same process, while companies have tried with standards, tried developing, the manufacturers have stopped. So the big companies, Cisco, Microsoft, they don't try anymore because they've all now got platforms that are, come meet on my platform. If you're, say, mobile, for example, so they've taken that millennial generational process. You know, if you've been in a company for the last 30 years, you're always used to going to a meeting room. There's a bit of kit in it. It connects to the system. It has a conference. It's great. Millennials are on their phone. They're mobile. Your phone has apps, and you can have as many apps as you like. So you've got a Cisco app, a Microsoft app, a Zoom app, an everything app. And so you carry your multi-device with you. That meeting room's fixed to one system, which is why we always aspired to interoperability. But the millennial way is, well, I don't want to meet in a meeting room. If I'm down at Starbucks, I've got my meeting room with me, and it connects to this client, this client, this client. And so interoperability is becoming much more about the device. So as long as the device is interoperable, i.e., do I have an app for Microsoft something that works on my iPhone, my Android, my PC, my Apple Mac? If the answer is yes, interoperability, it's more this device agnosticity for a platform. And if you can achieve that, then it seems less of an issue now to be interoperable at the back end, because the front end talks to everything.